Happy day, friends. If you have the desire to release the lack mentality or narrative from your body, then this tapping series is probably for you. Okay, so before we move into it, I want to start by saying that this is for individuals who are being called to release the mindset, the mentality, the narrative that says, this is all I have. So this is all there is, right? This is all I have. So that it must mean that this is all there is, right? God is asking anybody who resonates with this tapping series to release that mentality, to release that narrative from your body, right? Because that narrative is a very limited narrative, and it's keeping you, it's like holding you back from experiencing the fullness of what God has to offer, right? And so, as we're moving through the tapping series, really allowing yourself to connect with the version of you that's holding on to that mentality, right? Because as we grow up and as we mature and as we age and as we evolve, right? Um, we're letting go of older versions of ourselves, and sometimes, not sometimes, but our body tends to hold on to things even though we're growing bigger and aging and maturing, right, in a physical sense, but our body is still holding on. And so that narrative, that mentality of this is what I have, so that must mean this is all there is living in your body. So through this tapping series, it's you giving yourself permission to let that go. It's you giving yourself permission and holding yourself accountable to letting that go, to realizing and recognizing, okay, I'm holding on to this narrative in my body. And if I feel stuck in any way in my life, this is a part of the reason why. And I have the responsibility and I have the tools and I have the key to release that from my body. So we always like to start with the breath because, like I say, the breath is medicine. The breath helps to ground us. The breath helps to sustain us. The breath centers us. And connecting with the breath is important because as we're reorganizing our nervous system, as I like to say, with this tapping series, the breath will help us to ground into the new narrative, or will help us to ground into the new timeline that we're stepping onto. So go ahead and start to just notice your breath. Take your attention to your breath. Begin to just notice and begin to deepen your inhale as you're breathing in through your nose. And go ahead and start to take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out. In through your nose and sigh it out. Again, in through your nose and sigh it out. And you're going to begin tapping up the side of your hand, and we'll repeat. Even though I chose to believe it was impossible for me to live life more abundantly, I still deeply and profoundly love myself. Even though I chose to believe that it was impossible for me to live life more abundantly, I still deeply and profoundly love myself. Even though I chose to believe that it was impossible for me to live life more abundantly, I still deeply and profoundly love myself. Even though I chose to believe that it was impossible for me to live life more abundantly, I still deeply and profoundly love myself. Go to your eyebrow point and you'll repeat, it's impossible for me. Outside of your eye, it's impossible for me. Under your eye, it's impossible for me. Under your nose, it's impossible for me. Your chin, It's impossible. Your collarbone, it's impossible. Under your arm, it's impossible. Top of your head, it's impossible. Release your hand down. Go back to focusing on your breath. Maybe close your eyes and just tune into your breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out, allowing yourself to release and surrender on the exhale, allowing yourself to let go as you exhale. Again, deep breath in, sigh it out. Inhale, sigh it out. Inhale and sigh it out. Go back to the side of your hand and you'll begin tapping and you'll repeat, even though I chose to believe that it was impossible for me to live life more abundantly, I still deeply and profoundly love myself. Even though I chose to believe that it was impossible for me to live life more abundantly, I still deeply and profoundly love myself. Even though I chose to believe that it was impossible for me to live life more abundantly, I still deeply and profoundly love myself. Even though I chose to believe that it was impossible for me to live life more abundantly, I still deeply and profoundly love myself. Go to your eyebrow point and you'll repeat, it's impossible. Outside of your eye, it's impossible. Under your eye, it's impossible. Your nose, it's impossible. Chin, it's impossible. Collarbone, it's impossible. Under your arm, it's impossible. Top of your head, it's impossible. Release your hand down. Take your attention back to your breath and just begin to notice where and how the energy is moving around in your body. I also want you to pay attention and notice as you're repeating the affirmation and as you're tapping, where is this coming up for you in your body? Where are you holding on to this belief at in your body? For me, I kind of felt it in my gut area. For you, you may feel it in your heart, in the lower half of your body, so like your root area. Just pay attention and notice to where that energy is coming up and showing you where you're holding it out in your body. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale it out. As you inhale, sending that breath down into your belly area, out through your feet. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, releasing everything through the breath. Inhale and exhale. All right, go back to the side of your hand and we'll work through that one more time. And so, again, just notice where in your body do you feel the energy making itself known to you? Where is this speaking to you in your body? Even though I chose to believe that it was impossible for me to live life more abundantly, I still deeply and profoundly love myself. Even though I chose to believe that it was impossible for me to live life more abundantly, I still deeply and profoundly love myself. Even though I chose to believe that it was impossible for me to live life more abundantly, I still deeply and profoundly love myself. Even though I chose to believe that it was impossible for me to live life more abundantly, I still deeply and profoundly love myself. Go to your eyebrow point and repeat, it's impossible. Outside of your eye, it's impossible. Under your eye, it's impossible. Your nose, it's impossible. Chin, it's impossible. Collarbone, It's impossible. Under your arm. It's impossible. Top of your head. It's impossible. Lower your hand down. That really feels good on top of my head. Lower your hand down. Take a deep, deep, deep breath in. Exhale it out. Again, just like that, deep breath in. Really let that breath go. Deep breath in. Sigh that out. Deep breath in. Pause at the top. Sigh it out. One more deep breath in, the deepest breath you've taken all day. And sigh it out. All right. So now we're going to shift gears, right? We're going to go back to tapping, but we're going to use a new affirmation and we're going to shift gears. Okay. And so this new affirmation is I want you, when you hear it, I want you to focus on the fact, focus on the truth that says you live in an abundant universe, right? You live in an abundant universe. And one of my favorite lines from the book, The Alchemist, says that the universe is always conspiring on your behalf, right? So I want you to hold that in your mind, right? The universe is always conspiring on my behalf, which means that it's not impossible for me to live life more abundantly because number one, I'm no longer just relying on myself to create this abundant life. Like I don't have to actively, right, like work hard and put forth a whole lot of effort in order to live life more abundantly. Like it's my birthright. It's my birthright. Living life more abundantly is my birthright. God created me in such a way that I would live life more abundantly, right? And so as we move into this next affirmation, just allow yourself to ground into that. Notice how you feel as we're moving throughout this next affirmation. Like just notice how you feel. Notice where it registers with you in your mind. Notice if any resistance comes up, okay? If it does, allow it, notice it, and just observe it. You are no longer just this character. You are an observer. You are the witness to your life, right? And so allow yourself to just observe the resistance. Don't allow yourself to be identified with it. Just observe it, watch it, notice where it's coming from, and then just kindly let it go. Hold, be the space for the resistance. Share compassion and kindness with the resistance, right? Let it be seen so that you can expand beyond it. All right, so go to the side of your hand. Take a deep breath in, sigh it out, and you'll repeat, I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. Go to your eyebrow point and you'll repeat, I am prepared. Outside of your eye, I am prepared. Under your eye, I am prepared. Your nose, I am prepared. Your chin, I am prepared. Your collarbone, I am prepared. Under your arm, I am prepared. Top of your head, I am prepared. Lower your hand down. Take a deep breath in and gently sigh it out. Again, just like that, in through your nose. Gently sigh it out. One more time, inhale through your nose. And gently sigh it out. And I want you to notice the resistance that probably came up for you while you were repeating that affirmation, right? Probably some resistant thoughts that came in are like, I don't have everything that I need to receive what God has in store for me. My house is dirty. I don't have the car. I don't have enough money in my bank account to receive what God has in store for me. I don't have, this isn't in order. That's not in order. And God is like, listen, none of that matters to me. None of that matters to God. God doesn't care if you don't have the external shit in order. God is like, I need this right here to be in order. This mental, emotional, spiritual space. I need that to be in order, because that being in order is what I will use to help you shift the external, right? If you can tune in to the internal world and notice and allow God to shift your internal world by clearing out the false narratives, the limited belief systems and stories that our body has been holding on to, then God is like, I can do wonders. I can work miracles in your life when you are not resisting what I have in store for you because you think that you're not ready. You are ready. You are prepared. God is prepared. God has always been prepared. God is always conspiring on your behalf. God is always at work in the background. But that resistance that we hold in our bodies, those stories that we hold in our bodies, keeps us separated, right? God is like, no more separation. No more separation. Go to the side of your hand. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. And we'll repeat. I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. Go to your eyebrow point and repeat, I am prepared. Outside of your eye, I am prepared. Under your eye, I am prepared. Your nose, I am prepared. Your chin, I am prepared. Collarbone, I am prepared. Under your arm, I am prepared. Top of your head, excuse me, I am prepared. Lower your hand down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Again, deep breath in. Exhale it out. Allow everything to relax as you exhale, releasing that resistance from your body. Deep breath in and exhale it out. And again, I want you to notice and observe and pay attention to, as we're moving throughout this affirmation, as we're speaking this new affirmation. Again, where in your body is it resonating? Is it in that same area that the first affirmation was showing you? Okay, this is where in my body I'm holding this. If so, pay attention to whether, do you feel lighter in that area of your body now? Do you feel less resistance in that area of your body now? As we go throughout this last round, really pay attention to that, really take note of that, really observe if you can feel that that resistance has begun to lighten up in that area of your body. So go back to the side of your hand and we'll repeat. I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. I am prepared to receive what God has in store for me. Go to your eyebrow point and repeat. I am prepared. Outside of your eye, I am prepared. Under your eye, I am prepared. Your nose, I am prepared. Your chin, I am prepared. Collarbone, I am prepared. Under your arm, I am prepared. Top of your head, I am prepared. Release your hand down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Again, deep breath in. Exhale it out. And on these next couple of inhale breaths, really send that breath down into your belly, down into your chest, and then breathing up into your head space. So inhale, filling that breath as you send it down into your belly, and then feeling it come back up into your chest area, cleansing your heart center, and then cleansing your heart space or your head space. Inside out. Again, inhale. Inside out. Allow everything to go. Inhale. Inside out. All right, so God has invited you to step onto a new timeline. God has invited you to step into a new reality, right? I heard Michael Bernard Beckwith say that a lot of people look at reality and it's not really reality that they're looking at, that they're experiencing. They're experiencing their perception of reality. And so God is saying, I'm inviting you to step into the reality, the highest reality, right? Not your limited perception of reality, but God is inviting you to step into, to experience, to live in, to dwell in the highest reality, the ultimate reality, okay? So take this with you. Hold yourself responsible to the new belief system, the new narrative that you have grounded into during this session. Allow yourself to choose new thoughts. Allow yourself to be the observer of the limiting thoughts. Don't judge them. Don't become so identified with them that they dictate your life experience or that you continue to allow them to dictate your life experience. Just observe them, be the witness to them, and then say to them, talk to them, speak to them, and say, you know what? I appreciate that you have carried me this far into my life, but I'm choosing a new narrative now. I'm choosing a new truth now. And then bid them farewell. I love you. Thank you for being here with me during this session. If you have any thoughts, any comments, any questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section so that I can come back in and have that conversation with you. If this resonated with you, make sure you share it with somebody you know. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. Good night, good day, wherever you are. Let it be good.